Welcome to my world. Another day, another time for knowledge acquisition. Knowledge is power, health is wealth. Today's topic has to do with osteoporosis and vitamin E. Yes, osteoporosis can affect both male and female. It's more of parathyroid hormones, hyperparathyroidism. But you now find the type 1 that usually happens to women, postmenopausal women and perimenopausal women that now start experiencing osteoporosis because of this decrease in estrogen. There are so many factors that could cause osteoporosis, but we are now looking, my effort is to look at how certain things, for example, vitamin E, minerals, could help restore that bone density. Because when you talk of osteoporosis, you are talking about the bone mineral density. So if this could be replaced, and then the chemistry of the body is able to maintain it, good luck. So the vitamin E has been found to be useful in this direction. How does the medical laboratory help you to measure your vitamin E and do other things that could assist, especially post-menopausal ladies, women? That is what we shall be looking at in the slide section. And as usual, press the like button, subscribe if you find this for a video very encouraging and you want to really support. The outline: objective introduction, menopause-related osteoporosis, vitamin E source, laboratory diagnosis. Recommendations are what I shall be talking about in this study. The objective: to create an awareness of vitamin E role in avoiding osteoporosis and the role of the medical laboratory scientists in monitoring its normal range. The introduction: osteoporosis is a condition that causes a loss of bone density, making it porous, fragile, and more vulnerable to fracture. According to Indian Bone and Joint Institute, bone is continually regenerated to replace old bones, thereby increasing the bone mass. But with age, bone mass depletes faster than it's created. As a result, more bone mass is lost than can be replaced, making bones brittle and weak. Generally, bone density begins to decrease in men and women after the age of 35, which, when critical, is classified as primary osteoporosis. And that is when you can even have people with kyphosis. That is, the muscle cannot really take the fractured bones, and then the shape of the person now bent as if having a hunchback. But secondary osteoporosis develops when certain medical conditions and medication increase bone remodeling, leading to disruption of bone formation. Primary osteoporosis is linked to the presence of two hormones, estrogen and progesterone, and the rate at which bone is lost. Estrogen regulates the osteoclast that break bone down, and progesterone controls osteoblast, which help in making it new bone. Type 1 occurs when about 10 to 15 years after menopause, usually between the ages of 50 and 70. The loss of bone structure because of increase in bone resorption can be connected to the estrogen deficiency in women and the lack of testosterone in men. This type is also known as high turnover osteoporosis because of the reduction in the amount of trabecular bones, or the inner soft part of the bone. So the bone becomes very porous. You can easily, the weight, that's why we talk about the bone density. The weight of that bone itself is very light and easily fractured. So it changes the curvature of the person, like kyphosis. Menopause-related osteoporosis. I have decided to cover the niche of the primary osteoporosis type 1, which has to do with the menopause stage, those who are over 50 and above. which seems inevitable for anybody that wants to grow to old age. The fats are natural. At old age, estrogen and testosterone are falling below normal levels, except a replacement is done to replace them. Also, calcium supplements and exercises are required. Vitamin E role in slowing down the aging process becomes very vital. You will agree with me. Yeah, let's talk a little bit about vitamin E and the source of vitamin E. Vitamin E is a very known strong antioxidative agent, or call it an oxidant. This consists of two isoforms, tocopherol and tocotrienol. Each isoform divides into four distinct analogous: alpha, beta, gamma, and delta. Alpha tocopherol has higher antioxidant activity and is found in nuts, seeds, vegetable oil, green leafy vegetables, fortified cereal, and vitamin E supplements. However, gamma tocopherol is known for its superior anti-inflammatory properties and accounts for about 70% of the total vitamin E intake in a typical American diet, likely sourced from soybeans and other vegetable oil. Yeah, people at times still want to talk about soybeans, and you can see why it is very beneficial to help one retain that youthfulness, that is aging less. The major property of vitamin E are reducing the reactive oxygen species, ROX, and numerous pro-inflammatory cytokines such as 6, PG2, and tumor nuclear factor alpha, which are in part responsible for the activation of osteoclastic activity. These are references that you can check from the effect of vitamin E supplement on bone turnover markers in post-menopausal osteopenic women. A vitamin E or mixed tocopherol supplement for 12 weeks can slow down bone resorption in osteopenic postmenopausal women. This is in line with the animal model study, which shows that vitamin E could suppress bone resorption activity and decrease the rate of bone loss. You can always reference 34-35. In conclusion, therefore, vitamin E supplementation, the mixed tocopherol in postmenopausal osteopenic women, slows down the increase of bone resorption marker that may represent bone loss prevention through anti-resorptive activity. No significant adverse effect was found after 12 weeks of supplementation, which means that vitamin E supplementation is very good to use. Laboratory diagnosis for vitamin E estimation. Fasting blood specimen require 12 to 14 hours fasting, that is not eating. The patient must not consume any alcohol or ingest vitamin supplement for 24 hours. That's additionally before the specimen is drawn. Specimen must be protected from light. Wrap tube, likely in paper towel or tinfoil. That is if you are even collecting it from your home or even in the laboratory. The specimen should be processed within 30 minutes of collection, so very instructive. Other laboratory tests that one could do include serum intact parathyroid hormone, as normal value are written, serum calcium, serum phosphate, alkaline phosphatate, X-ray, and ultrasonographic for in case of deformity. Finally, let us talk about prevention and recommendation. Primary osteoporosis type 1 may be inevitable, but there are important habits that may slow down the loss of bone mass and promote healthy and strong bones. It is recommended, therefore, that one takes a healthy diet, regular exercises, reduce or eliminate alcohol and smoking. All these are very, very important, especially for people who are 50 and above. And take vitamins and calcium supplements. Remember, eating an extremely low-fat diet can also lead to a vitamin E deficiency. So you can imagine that way you are speeding up your aging process rather than slowing it down. So treatment for both men and women at increased risk of broken bones. The most widely prescribed osteoporosis medication are the base phosphonates. Also, the replacement of the parathyroid glands hormone, and the supplements, calcium supplements and vitamin E supplements shouldn't be forgotten. These are many other recommendations you can get even from your doctor. The laboratory is your friend. Medical laboratory scientists are very useful for evaluation, estimations of all these values. Like I've always made effort that you look at many videos. It's over 160 now and still counting. I'm not tired. I'm not giving up. And I expect support by your giving that necessary subscription, which would boost my ego in a way, so that I have more confidence to produce more and not believe that people are not even necessarily interested in what I am talking about. While you continue to look at more feed, I say, look at the references.